So today I want to talk about something that has to do with being Asian. Now, for a while now, I mean, ever since I was born, I guess, I've always thought being born in the West, we are morally better, right? We're always virtue signaling, saying, hey, we are better. And, obviously, I've always thought we were better. And it isn't until recently I realized how pathetic this entire thing is because I realized why I was struggling so much in school when I was younger, right? Because compared to people that were raised in the East, I was shit. I couldn't do my math. I don't even know what the hell the science was about. I mean, I could care less about biology. But somehow, these people from the East that were born and raised in the East are so much superior to not just me, but most of my friends that were born and raised in the East. And, if we're looking at it just by skin and skin, we look very similar, right? I mean, we have pretty much the same skin color, right? So I never really got what the hell was happening. Why do we look similar and yet they are so much smarter? I mean, they could do algebra, calculus, while I'm struggling to do my addition and subtractions, right? And especially, some people are not thinking during my time. They barely had the calculator, so you had to do everything by head. All right. I mean, it's not like you could bring a calculator into the test, right? It's not like today. Yeah, you don't need to know how to do it in off the top of your head. You just use the calculator, right? So back in my days, I was struggling. I didn't know why these people, right? Like they were able to do stuff off their top of their head, the math, right? I'm like sitting there, yeah, I don't know this. I was good at arts, right? And those things. And obviously, a lot of people that are born in the West are always good at art nowadays. I mean, it is just whatever, right? I mean, we're good at arts, we're good at English, we're good at anything that's political and subjective. And, when it goes down to something like math, right, where you actually have an absolute answer, we suck. Right. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And that plays out in the workforce as well. But, anyways, I was reading something about affirmative action not too long ago because apparently the court struck it down because they put that out. I don't even know when because I don't care or I didn't I didn't care much about it. But now that I read more about it, I feel it's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, so 2009, this thing it showed that whoever is self-identified as an Asian. I mean, surely speaking, if they ask you what's your ethnicity, I'm not gonna tick off that I'm white, right? I'm not gonna take off that I'm black because clearly I don't look white, I don't look black, but I was born in the West, so most of my education, actually all of my education was in the West. So, now whenever you tick off yourself as an Asian, Asian represents Asia, right? And Asia is a big place. I mean, if you're Russian, you're considered Asian, right? Because, you know, that Russia is part of Asia. And then you have India, you have all these other things. So, anybody that is just self identified as an Asian, you will need scores, right? I'm just going to call the scores. You need like your score to be higher than white people, right? By 140. And then 320 stat score higher than Hispanic. And then you got like 400. So you need scores higher than everybody else. That is not equality. I don't know, like, what the hell, right? I mean, how is that even equal? You mean it's almost like somebody is just getting a job because of their skin color, or that is like, isn't that racism, like right off the top, like bat? I mean, if somebody needs to get a higher score just because they're Asian, I think that is racism. And they've been doing this for a very long time. No wonder I was struggling. I mean, always when I'm compared to these people that are born in the East and raised in the East and educated in the East, they are obviously getting higher scores. But me, right? I wasn't born in the East, so I was born in the West, raised in the West, and educated in the West. So obviously, my score is going to be much lower than everybody else's because the problem isn't based on ethnicity. The problem is clearly based on the education system. And I feel like that is just so racist. And I feel like that is what actually held me back from a lot of things in my life. Unfortunately, they don't talk much about it. Asians are the ones that are being stepped on by the media. That's just how it is. And I'm not, well, I guess when I say Asian, I'm speaking for westernized Asians. And some of these westernized Asians don't even get it because they're not westernized enough, right? Their parents, right? um, they hold a bit of Eastern value, but they're not educated in the East. And almost all westernized Asians are, they will get lower scores than Eastern Asians, right? It's not about like somehow they think, hey, just because you're East Asian looking or even South Asian looking or something like that, suddenly you're just good at math, you're good at science, you're good at biology. No, it has nothing to do with that. It is because the Western education system sucks. So when you purposely require anybody that identifies as an Asian, because like I was saying, obviously looking at the mirror, I'm not going to identify it as a black. I'm not going to identify myself as a white. And I'm definitely not going to identify myself as Hispanic, right? So the only thing I can identify myself is an Asian. But I wasn't trained in Asia. So I'm not going to have the superior intellect, superior education, which was taught, right, in Asia. And I just feel like this thing is extremely racist. And I think that that's why a lot of people, a lot of Asians struggle, is because, I don't know. I mean, these scores, these requirements are just bullshit. So I want to continue a little about how this is kind of pathetic because first of all, you're supposed to raise the standards, right? And requirement and whatever you're teaching the next generation to make them better. And if I put this into a video game context, right? Let's say you have this person, let's say Goku or somebody that was training in Japan, all right? And suddenly he got like so much power, right? He's level 99 and you're in the West, right? And the maximum you would go to is level 20, all right? So when you bring that level 99 from Japan into the West, let's say anywhere in maybe America or Canada or somewhere around there, or even the UK, right? The problem isn't because that person trained to level 99. All right. I mean, level 99, let's just say that that's the maximum level. Well, that's not their problem. They train harder. The problem is you're not training your students that well in school in the West, right? And, I get it that you feel, hey, it's not fair. But the level 20, right? Let's say we go into a dungeon together and we're playing this game and you're fighting a level 99. Well, all the level 20s are going to die. All right. And anybody that plays a video game, even if you haven't played a video game, you know that the level 20s are going to die when you're fighting that boss. And that level 99 is going to save you. But no, that's not what they're thinking, right? What they're thinking is we're going to take this level 99 and we're going to remove his 99 levels, right? And then boost everybody to level 30, and that level 99 will become level 30. And then we go fight the boss, right? So then we all die. Like that, like, does that make sense? I mean, if you're playing Pokemon, you know that that's how it works, right? Even if all your other Pokemon dies, if you have a highest level Pokemon there, at least the highest level Pokemon will have a chance at killing the boss instead of all dying. So it's really pathetic on how they're thinking. I mean, we're talking about these people with higher education that never even played a video game. I mean, we all know that if you're level 30 and you're going to fight this level 99 boss, you're going to die. But hey, if you have a level 99 there, at least you will have a chance at winning, right? And that's what they should be doing. But instead of doing that, right, they're saying, hey, let's split the level 99's level up. So we're all level 30s, and then we'll go fight the boss, and then we'll all go die, and then we'll go blame everybody else.